Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to replace the fuel pump, and if you can recall the last video I did concerning the 2014 Nissan Armada cranking and will not start, and we had a fuel problems. Seemed like the fuel pump is not actually priming, pressurizing the system. So I decided that I'm going to take it up to the dealer and let them do a fuel pressure check, and that had been determined that the fuel pump, the primer and the pump is not really pressurizing the system. They had given me a quote of $1,800 parts and labor, and I decided that no, I just paid for the service charge and I'm going to do it myself. So I found the fuel pump actually is under this seat here. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is slide the driver's seat forward, and then after I slide it forward, I'm going to disconnect the negative post on the battery to make sure that we have safety installed. And then I'm going to lift this seat here and flip it forward and then get to the fuel pump. So the first thing I'm going to do right here is slide the driver's seat forward. Okay, now the driver's seat is full forward. I can actually rotate this seat here forward. And the fuel pump is under this panel right here. So there are three clips right here. There's one right here, another one here, and there's another one here. So all you have to do is line it up with the slots like that. Just turn it around like that. If my fingers can do it, I may have to get a tool to do that. That's lined up there. That one lines up. And then this one here lines up there. And then I can get this panel here off. Lines it up a little better. There we go. Okay. And this is the fuel pump right here. This is the pressure line, and this is the electrical connector. From this line here is the vacuum goes to the fuel canister for vacuum. This is for ignition, this line here. So the next thing I'm going to be doing here is disconnect the battery for safety. Okay guys, now I disconnected the negative post, used a 10mm wrench and disconnected the battery for safety, and now I can go ahead and start. Okay guys, so in order to remove your fuel pump here, the first thing you would have to do is disconnect your connector, electrical connector right here. Just squeeze this knob right here and slide it off just like that. Just slide it out of the way. The next thing you will do is, this is your pressure line here, high pressure. This line goes to your fuel injectors up into your engine. Now this port here should be always under high pressure. So if I remove this line here, I should have a lot of fuel shooting out of here. If there's no fuel coming out of here, this indicated that the fuel pump, the primer on the fuel pump is not doing its job, because this line should always under pressure. So let's see what the dealer indicated that the fuel pump primer is not functioning properly. So I'm going to be moving this clip right here, which I've already did, and I'm getting ready to pull this out. Getting ready to pull it out just in case fuel shoots out of here. It does not plaster or blast over the whole area here. See, there's no fuel comes out of this port right here. This port should always under pressure. So the primer on the pump is not doing its job, and that's why we had that hard starting. So that indicated that we got a bad pump. So now this line here has been disconnected. The next line is going to be disconnected is this line here is for emission. This is like a vapor and it goes to your canister. And this one here, squeeze it just like here and slides it back. Just like that. Okay, and that's it. And then this is the lock ring right here, this guy right here. I don't have the tool as the dealer has. They showed me that tool, but I know I can use a regular screwdriver and tap around these poles right here. There are 3 poles on the ring, and if you tap it very evenly, this one here, there's another one underneath here. The camera can pick it up. It's underneath here. There's one right here and another one right here. If you tap on these poles here evenly, you should be able to get this ring here out of here. And so I pre-loosen this ring here. Okay, so here is the lock ring right here. The lock ring slides underneath these locks right here. Here's a lock here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. So the lock pushes down on it and locks it. And these poles are what the tools that the dealer has. They screwed it on here and twist it. But since I don't have the tool, I have to use a screwdriver and tap on these poles here evenly to get this lock ring here out of there. Once you get this lock ring unlocked, you can easily slide it out from underneath here. This is the lock ring, and these are the 3 poles. If you had that tool, you would put one on here and just pre-tighten and then twist it out. But since we don't have that tool here, I would use a screwdriver, which I did, and tap in the roots of this ring here slowly until it unlocks. And all the locks, they should lines up in these slots right here. Okay, and now we can easily get the pump out of here. Okay, and this is the pump here, guys. Okay, and that's what it takes to remove the pump. By the way, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Very much appreciate your supports. This video here is hopefully that someone actually find it useful, and I will always do a video as long as you support me, subscribe to the channel. Thank you again. So the next step I'm going to be doing, I'm going up to AutoZone to get the new pump, and once I get to that point, I will show you how to install it. Okay. Okay, guys, for those who have not seen the previous video where the engine cranking and will not start, and it had determined that the fuel pump was the problems here. And like I said before, I went up to the dealer to see if they could change the fuel pump, but the prices they gave me was very too much that I can't afford. You know, it was like $1,800 they were telling me to install a brand new fuel pump, including labor. And I decided that now I can just do it myself. I just pay the service charge and go ahead and do it myself. So I went up to AutoZone to get prices on there, but they didn't have one in stock, so I had to go over to O'Reilly, and this is the brand new one I purchased from O'Reilly. Now, this is the old fuel pump here. This part here is the port where the pressure actually sends fuel up to your engines and to your injectors. Now, there's a check valve inside here that maintains the pressure in the system, that when you turn your ignition off, the pressure maintained in the system. And if it doesn't work, then it will continue have your engine cranking, cranking, and will not start. So that's the indication that your fuel pump is actually going out on you there. So this other port here is for your, it's a venting port. It goes to your canister, which is inside the vehicle there, and this is for emission purposes. And then this right here is for your electrical connectors, and all electrical activity takes place from here, from your computer to all your ignition system feeds from your electrical supplies in here, and that's how the system works. I mean, there's a lot of theory about this thing here. I can't go into that right now, but it's just the basic information. That's how it works. So like I said, this is the older one here, and I'm going to replace it with the new one that I just purchased from O'Reilly here. So just to recap, what I have done is disconnected your battery, rotate your passenger seat, which is on the left side, and that's where the fuel actually, the fuel pump actually located there. So that's this is going to be part one. Part two would be the installation for the new pump. So like I said, thanks again guys for supporting this channel, and like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it. Thanks again. Goodbye.